sky.
Oh, fingertips. Oh my goodness.
The aftermath of Royal Rumble 2025 sent shockwaves through WWE. And while it heralded a new champion, it also served as a cautionary tale for all involved. Kevin Owens may have ascended to the pinnacle of the WWE mountain, but his victory was far from the triumph he had envisioned. The emotional toll of his betrayal of Cody Rhodes, an act that severed the trust of allies and fans alike, would follow him long after the confetti had fallen. Owens had achieved his goal of securing the undisputed championship, but the cost of his actions was high, and the echoes of his betrayal would reverberate throughout WWE for years to come. The price of victory: Owens's hollow triumph. Kevin Owens might have held the undisputed championship in his grasp, but his victory came at an undeniable price. The brutal betrayal of Cody Rhodes left a scar not only on their relationship, but on the fabric of WWE itself. Owens's triumph was clouded by the shadow of his ruthless actions, and despite the gold around his waist, there was little joy in his conquest. He had sacrificed not just friendship, but a sense of respect within the WWE universe to claim his spot at the top. The reaction from fans was immediate and unrelenting. Owens's once celebrated rise to dominance now felt tainted as the WWE universe turned its back on him in the wake of his unforgivable act. The championship, though hard-earned, now carried with it an asterisk. It wasn't just about the gold anymore. It was about the trust he had broken, the friendships he had destroyed, and the respect he had lost. In the end, Owens had won the ultimate prize, but the cost was a hollow triumph. The path he took to claim the championship, one built on betrayal, would forever stain his legacy. His reign would be tainted by the doubt and skepticism surrounding his methods, casting a long shadow over his every action moving forward. For Cody Rhodes, the heartbreak of betrayal. As the dust settled, it wasn't just Kevin Owens who felt the weight of the night. For Cody Rhodes, the Royal Rumble 2025 marked a devastating loss, not just in terms of the undisputed championship, but in the very essence of what he had been fighting for. Cody's journey had been one of redemption, of proving that he was more than just Dusty Rhodes' son, that he could rise above expectations and carve his own legacy. But Owens's betrayal shattered more than Cody's hope for a title. It destroyed his belief in himself and his trust in the very people who had once stood beside him. The pain was evident in Cody's eyes as he lay on the mat, the title slipping further from his grasp with every passing second. The man who had fought so hard for recognition, for validation, was now faced with an emotional wreckage he hadn't anticipated. The psychological toll of Owens's attack was far more devastating than any physical wound. Cody's quest for the championship had been overshadowed by the brutal realization that someone he had trusted, someone he had believed in, had chosen to destroy him at his most vulnerable. But despite the heartbreak, Cody's story was far from over. The loss may have been painful, but it also ignited a fire deep within him, one that no betrayal could extinguish. The emotional devastation of Royal Rumble 2025, while crushing, would serve as the catalyst for a new chapter in Cody's journey. Though he had been knocked down, Cody Rhodes would rise again. His quest for redemption was far from finished, and the WWE Universe, who had once rallied behind him, would be there for him as he began his painful yet necessary journey to reclaim everything he had lost. The road ahead. Owens' struggle with his own legacy. While Kevin Owens stood at the top of the WWE Universe, the weight of his actions would linger over him like a dark cloud. His decision to betray Cody Rhodes, once seen as a necessary step to cement his place in WWE, had turned him from a respected fighter into a despised villain. It wasn't just about the championship anymore. It was about the psychological cost of his betrayal and the long-lasting effects it would have on his career. Owens would find that the path to maintaining the undisputed championship would be fraught with obstacles of his own making. His every action would now be scrutinized, not just for his in-ring abilities but for his moral character. Fans, once loyal to Owens, now questioned his integrity, and WWE's landscape would shift dramatically. The road ahead for Owens would be paved with doubt, uncertainty, and a tarnished reputation. Despite holding the title, Owens now found himself in a battle not just for the championship, but for his own soul. The fans, who once rallied behind Owens's brutal and chaotic style, now stood on the other side of the ring jeering his every move. His reign, which could have been a period of dominance, now had an asterisk next to it. The victory was soured by the means through which it was achieved. Owens's legacy would forever be linked to his betrayal of Cody Rhodes, and no matter how many victories he racked up, it would always feel like a hollow triumph. Cody's redemption, a journey. Reborn from betrayal in the wake of the Royal Rumble. 2025, Cody Rhodes was left to pick up the pieces of his broken heart, his shattered trust, and his fractured dream. The battle had been brutal, not just physically but emotionally. Cody's pain was tangible, but so was his resolve. Though Owens had taken the title from him in the most unforgiving manner, he had not taken Cody's spirit. The emotional toll of that betrayal, though overwhelming, would become the driving force behind Cody's next chapter. It was no longer just about a title. It was about reclaiming his identity and proving to himself, and to the world, that he could rise from the ashes of defeat. This betrayal, this heartache, would ignite a fire within Cody that would propel him forward, even in the face of unimaginable odds. His path would be long and fraught with obstacles, but he would walk it with the knowledge that no one could ever define him but himself. The journey would be painful, and the scars would run deep, but Cody Rhodes had proven that he was more than just a product of his father's legacy. He had been forged in adversity, and now he would use that fire to burn brighter than ever before. The WWE Universe, who had once supported him, would watch with bated breath as Cody Rhodes, now driven by a desire for redemption, embarked on a quest that would see him rise again, stronger, wiser, and ready to reclaim the destiny that was rightfully his. A warning for WWE: the cost of betrayal. The Royal Rumble 2025 serves as a cautionary tale for anyone seeking to climb the ranks of WWE. The road to the top is fraught with danger, betrayal, and the moral compromises that can change the trajectory of a career forever. Kevin Owens may have won the undisputed championship, but the emotional cost of his victory was steep, and the scars of his betrayal would linger long after the match ended. In WWE, the pursuit of glory often comes with a price, sometimes a price that cannot be paid in gold. The journey to the top is fraught with choices, and not all of them lead to the victory one might envision. For Owens, the path to the championship was marred by betrayal, and while he stood as the undisputed champion, the WWE Universe saw him for what he truly was, a man willing to sacrifice everything, including loyalty and friendship, for personal gain. For Cody Rhodes, the Royal Rumble 2025 was a harsh reminder that the fight for redemption and respect is never easy. Betrayal may have broken him momentarily, but it would ultimately define his path forward. Cody's future in WWE would be one of resilience, of fighting back from the darkness, and of proving that true redemption is not just about titles, but about reclaiming one's soul in the face of the most bitter adversities. In the end, the story of Royal Rumble 2025 isn't just about championships, betrayals, or legacies. It's a reminder that in WWE, as in life, there are no shortcuts to glory. And sometimes the cost of victory is far more than anyone ever anticipates. Cody Rhodes' resilience, a cautionary tale of what lies ahead. The Royal Rumble 2025 marked what was supposed to be the pinnacle of Cody Rhodes' career in WWE, a long-awaited moment that promised glory and vindication. But instead of becoming the triumphant conclusion to his journey, it served as a painful turning point. Cody's heartache and betrayal could have broken him, but instead, it ignited a fire inside him, one that propelled him toward a new sense of purpose. However, while the end of the match wasn't the end of his story, it came with an important lesson. Victory, though sweet, is never permanent, and the battle for redemption is only just beginning. A battle for more than a title. Cody's journey was never solely about securing the undisputed championship. It was about more than just proving his worth in WWE. From the very beginning, Cody fought to carve his own identity. He wasn't just Dusty Rhodes' son, but Cody Rhodes, an individual with his own legacy to build. But what was once a mission to claim gold evolved into a far more complicated personal war. Every challenge he overcame in the ring wasn't just to earn a title, but to solidify his place in history on his own terms. It would be naive to assume that his fight was over now that the championship was in his grasp. The real struggle would be to defend his position, to prove that his championship win wasn't a fluke, but a long-term reality. The cost of redemption, struggling against betrayal. While fans may have rallied behind Cody, applauding his resilience and courage, it's important to recognize the darker side of his journey. The emotional toll of Owens's betrayal had left scars that would not easily fade. Though Cody's perseverance became a symbol of strength, the road ahead was not without obstacles. Redemption was never promised to be an easy or straightforward path. In fact, it's often the hardest to walk. For Cody, the betrayal that once seemed like the defining low of his career had merely opened the door to new challenges. His quest was now not only about the undisputed championship, but about reclaiming something far more fragile: respect. Yet, while he sought the approval of the WWE Universe, the reality was that their support, though loud and unwavering, would not be enough to shield him from the growing weight of the expectations that would be placed on him. Every victory would bring renewed scrutiny, and every mistake would be magnified. A victory marred by expectations. When Cody finally claimed the undisputed championship, the moment was undeniably powerful. Yet, what should have been the fulfillment of a lifelong dream came with a quiet reminder. The moment you achieve greatness is often the same moment that expectations begin to skyrocket. The joy of reaching the top was fleeting. Yes, he had finally proved his worth, but now he had to defend it. The title wasn't just a reward, it was a challenge that would require constant vigilance. The cheers of the WWE Universe were not just for the title in his hands, but for the story of perseverance he had told. However, with that triumph came an unspoken pressure. Now that he had achieved the ultimate goal, would Cody be able to live up to the very high bar he had set for himself? The emotional satisfaction of his journey might have been realized, but maintaining his position at the top of WWE was going to require far more than just determination. It would demand an unyielding will to fight against whatever threats lay ahead. A legacy built on resilience, but fragile in nature. As Cody basked in the glory of his victory, it would be wise for him to remember that true champions are tested not just in their moments of triumph, but in the moments that follow. The undisputed championship was more than just an accolade. It was a manifestation of all the blood, sweat, and tears Cody had poured into his career. It was the physical representation of everything he had fought for and every sacrifice he had made. However, what history often shows us is that those who rise the highest are often the ones with the furthest to fall. In the case of Cody Rhodes, maintaining his title would prove to be an even more difficult task than achieving it. Every challenge that came his way would not only test his physical strength, but his mental and emotional resolve. His fight for redemption, while inspiring, had only just begun. The pressure of staying at the top could very well unravel the very fabric of Cody's career, if not handled with the same unyielding drive that had gotten him there in the first place. Owens' hollow victory, a reminder of consequences. For Kevin Owens, the victory over Cody may have been a personal triumph, but it was a hollow one. His actions in betraying Cody had tarnished not only his relationship with his former ally, but also his reputation with the WWE Universe. Owens' time as the undisputed champion, though achieved, was weighed down by the knowledge that his victory was tainted by betrayal. In many ways, Owens' hollow victory serves as a cautionary tale. Even if one reaches the top, the means by which they got there are just as important as the end result. For Owens, that price was steep. His championship reign was mired in distrust and disdain, and while he might hold the title, it was clear that his victory would never feel fully earned. Likewise, Cody, despite his triumph, would be forced to face similar struggles, fighting not just for the title, but for his place in the WWE Universe. The impact of Owens' betrayal would always linger in the background, forcing Cody to prove time and time again that he deserved the respect that had once been lost. Cody's real test, A legacy. Under siege. The road ahead for Cody Rhodes is fraught with danger, and while his victory may seem like a fulfilling end, the reality is far more complex. The pressure of being WWE's cornerstone will test Cody in ways he hasn't experienced before. Though his resilience has gotten him far, the real challenge is sustaining it over time. How will he respond when the weight of defending his title becomes too much? Will he be able to withstand the inevitable onslaught of challengers, each one more determined to dethrone him than the last? Cody's journey toward immortality is far from guaranteed. The WWE Universe, though supportive now, is fickle. One misstep could undo everything he has worked so hard to build. In a business that constantly demands new blood and fresh faces, even the most beloved champions can quickly find themselves forgotten or displaced. It will take far more than just heart and determination to keep his spot at the top. Cody will need to maintain his focus, evolve his strategies, and most importantly, be ready to sacrifice whatever it takes to protect his hard-earned legacy. A cautionary tale. Victory is never permanent. In the end, Cody Rhodes' story is one of incredible resilience, but it also serves as a cautionary tale. While victory can be sweet, it is never guaranteed to last. For Cody, his journey is far from over, but the price of greatness is steep. Maintaining it will require constant vigilance, adaptability, and an unwavering belief in oneself. Qualities Cody has shown he possesses. But will they be enough to endure the trials ahead? Only time will tell, but one thing is for certain. The true battle has just begun.